Welcome to another episode of Wham Baam Securitycam. Get ready for even more crazy, strange, and creepy videos. It seemed to be a quiet night outside of Gabby's boyfriend's house, but that wouldn't last long. All of a sudden, a white van came speeding up the street, sideswiping a parked car before smashing into some gates. The driver must have been totally out of control for that to happen. Now it all makes sense. See those guys running away from the van? Yep, one of them was the driver. According to Gabby, the van had been stolen by those three guys, and in their attempt to evade the police, they abandoned the van while it was still rolling, which explains its uncontrolled path. One guy was even brave enough to run in front of the driverless van. The three criminals booked it down the street, but the police followed close behind. If we look closely, we can see the guys tried to escape by climbing a fence, only to be greeted by a neighbor's giant dog. We can't see what happened after they jumped the fence, but what we do know is that the police were quickly able to arrest them. Gabby told us the gate protected her boyfriend's vehicle from getting smashed by the van, and fixing the gate will cost about $2,000 US. Matt? Achoo! Oh, sorry, I misread his name. Anyway, Matt was sitting on his couch watching TV when he heard what sounded like a collision outside. Sure enough, the driver of a blue SUV had cut the corner too closely and sideswiped an orange SUV whose driver had attempted to yield to them, probably realizing the blue SUV wasn't going to make it. Matt gave the driver of the Subaru a copy of his security cam footage to use in their insurance claim. Later, a neighbor who's related to the Subaru driver told Matt the owner of the blue SUV was claiming to her insurance provider that the collision was the Subaru driver's fault. Thanks to Matt's footage, that claim was quickly disproven. Seriously, how did she not realize she wasn't going to make it? Here's a weird encounter for you. Antonio had parked his Dodge Challenger. See, we can identify cars sometimes. Anyway, he'd parked his Dodge Challenger in his driveway one night when another car pulled up. The passenger must have really liked Antonio's Challenger because he got out of the car and came over for a closer look. After approaching it on one side, he went around to the other side and pulled out his phone to take a picture of the VIN before returning to the car, which then drove off. Antonio told us the police told him nothing illegal was done, but we still think this is pretty weird. What do you think this guy was doing? Leave a comment and let us know. Mike was staying at an Airbnb and had parked his Tesla Model Y outside. Suddenly, a portable security cam captured some surprising visitors. The bears did more than just sniff around the Tesla and decided to get real close, even jumping up on it with their front paws. Mike doesn't think they did any damage, but he won't know for sure until he gets his Tesla washed. After taking a good look at the car and letting Sentry Mode take a good look at them, the bear family continued on its way. If you're having a bad day, at least you're not this couch or the garbage truck driver who had to deal with it. You'll see what we mean. I hope there's an extra fee for making the garbage man haul away something this big. At the very least, he deserves a raise. Victory at last. Even I need a break after watching that. Let's take a break with some cute cam. JR sent us some security cam clips from what seems like his own personal wildlife refuge outside his house. Not only did these cute foxes come to visit, but some deer can also be seen in the background. They must be friends, as they seemed quite happy to see each other. I guess we finally know what the fox says. JR wanted us to shout out his sons Joshua and Jason and his wife Sue. He said they're all regular viewers and they're happy to contribute something to the channel. Do you have a security cam video you want to share with us? Send it using the link in the description and you might see it featured in a future episode. Steven's neighbor had a contractor leave their house one day who was about to create more work than he'd signed up for. Thankfully, the driver was very apologetic and offered to buy the materials needed to fix Steven's mailbox. After realizing that the damage wasn't fixable, the contractor covered the cost for a new one. See, that's what it looks like when people take responsibility for their mistakes. Steven got a brand new mailbox, so in the end, I guess it all worked out. This video shows why you shouldn't have crazy parties, or at least why you shouldn't invite crazy partiers. Our submitter told us one of her former neighbors was having a party when a guest tried to leave in a hurry. In their haste, they backed into our submitter's vehicle hard enough to rock it back and forth. Thankfully, our submitter had this footage to show the police and use in her insurance claim. I bet she's glad that neighbor is now a former neighbor after having to deal with this. We've been holding onto this video for a while, figuring it was just too frightening to show you. It's true, we have video evidence of a new supernatural threat, the quad demon. Our submitter told us his dad accidentally forgot to set the parking brake on their four-wheeler. I can just hear it saying, "How can anybody expect me to work in these conditions? I'm out of here." Here's another spooky clip just in time for Halloween. It looks like some trick-or-treaters came to visit James' door one night. Wow, those costumes are so realistic. James is a party pooper and refused to give them any treats, so they left some goodies on the pathway for him to find the next morning. It looks like he's not the only party pooper. James asked for a shout out for his wife Haley, who recently celebrated her birthday. We hope it was a happy day. Want to make the Wham Bam team happy? Don't forget to send in your own security cam videos. We can't wait to see them.
Wham Bam, we got a Patreon man. Please support the show.